and thereby achieve a catharsis, a purging, as if you had eaten too many prunes, to purge your body. Why fear and pity? Because those are the two most dangerous sentiments to hold when you are making a decision. And if the Athenian assembly is deciding a matter of war or peace, if it is deciding how to treat a nation that has revolted against its power, it must not have fear and it must not have pity. Never make a decision when you're afraid, and never make a decision feeling sorry for someone. Oedipus is a vicarious sacrifice. As Aristotle tells you, you witness what happened to him and you feel fear and pity. The fear that something terrible like that could happen to you. And as we go through life, we can see how horror falls upon horror in an individual life, just as it fell upon Oedipus that day. And we feel pity for him. And then, if we're wise enough, we can learn vicariously. We don't have to fail the way Oedipus did. We can gain wisdom. Nothing in excess. That is one of the most profound moral lessons you will ever learn. Do not question the gods. The fear of the gods is the beginning of wisdom. And let us, as a superpower, so said the Athenians, guide our destinies so that we fight for what is right, overcome evil, and lead with justice, both as a nation and in our individual lives. Among the most profound of all Athenian religious ceremonies occurred each year at this time of the year when the Athenians went out to the sacred shrine of Eleusis. There they offered up sacrifices to the goddess Demeter, the goddess of fertility, her daughter Persephone. Remember, who had been snatched away by the god of Hades and finally had to spend 6 months in Hades, but 6 months each year resurrected, brought back to life. And joined with Persephone and Demeter was Dionysus. And the Athenians were initiated into this cult of Eleusis. They partake of a meal in which they eat the body and the blood of Dionysus. They partake of wine. And if you've ever seen a vineyard in the winter, it looks dead. How can it ever come back? But it does in the spring. And then in the fall, it brings forth its fruit. But you must crush that fruit underneath your feet. So the Greeks said. And that is the blood of that grape that gives you that transforming elixir of wine. So suffering must come to us all. But if we live righteously, if we learn from the examples of those who have failed, then we can be resurrected.